wait for this morning every day after a restful sleep. When the mind is at rest and you feel happiness during a deep, sound sleep. When I get up in the morning, the mind also wakes up. And this morning I realized when the mind woke up and the scenes started appearing around me and their impressions in the mind, Vastu and Vishaya, the objects and their images in the mind. Then immediately, instinctively, a connection is sort of made and you feel being related to that event, that image or that memory in the mind. And then you start interacting with it without knowing, you know. It has been happening all along. Until this morning, when I had that thought, I came here and I started browsing an album. Browsing an album, various previous pictures appeared which revived a memory. Some memories were good, joyful, some were otherwise. And immediately a reaction evolved in me. And there was a kind of interrelation with those memories and consequently the action. Or joy, happiness, elation, sorrow, or you know, whatever source came, accordingly you started acting, behaving, realizing, feeling. Then I immediately said, what is happening? Why am I getting involved in something which is a matter of the past? Or even here in the present also, all those objects and people that we see, we immediately establish unconsciously, instinctively, unknowingly a relationship with them, and we start acting, reacting, forming opinions, commenting, criticizing, complaining, appreciating, you know, all that things start happening. So then I realized, why is this happening? Sometimes, you know, you do behave, and much later on, when the repercussion starts coming, the comments on the other side starts coming, and they start pleasing you or hurting you, then you realize, oh my God, what have I done? Have I triggered something which created all these comments and criticism and complaining, appreciation and all that? So you get into this business which is none of your business, in fact. So I just sat down here and realized, why does this happen? And then suddenly it came to my mind after reading the Gita and with Sai Baba's blessing. And Gita, Upanishads, all scriptures say, the moment you connect yourself with the body, the mind and the senses, you get connected with the outside world. These are our equipments given to us. The physical instruments given to us. And these physical instruments are seen through my inner eye, antahkarani, you know, the subtle instruments we call man, buddhi, chit and ahankar. Our mind, consciousness, memories, and the sense of I, ego, you might say. then they start interacting with each other. Why does this happen? Because of the real self in me getting connected by ignorance created by the Maya. And then I connect myself with the body, with the mind and the senses and the objects, and the one that sees, knows, understands, takes a decision of like and dislike is the intellect. And we are then guided by the intellect, which controls the mind, which controls the senses, and we are in this become using these equipments, instruments in our body. We interact with the outside world, and consequently we reap the fruits of it also. So here, what Krishna says in the Gita, in the 13th chapter, Shloka 22nd, that you are essentially in this body as a witness only. You are, as long as you are in this body, you are essentially a witness. See everything and see the play of your senses with the sense objects. इंद्रियाणी रमते, आईज हैं तो देखेंगे, ईयर्स हैं तो सुनेंगे, all the other senses, hands feel, they will feel. So essentially this is a game going on between the senses and the sense objects. You are just watching, not interacting with it. That is what Krishna says, I am in your body like that. Separate from your actions and behaviors and karmas. No, I have nothing to do with it. I'm just watching. So Krishna says, why don't you also? Stay with me, watch, and when I tell you to perform an action according to your swadharma, the way you are built, the way you think, the way you are made, and that will dictate in you what you are supposed to do, and that is your swadharma. That you must. You cannot escape not doing what you're meant to do. You cannot escape not doing what you're meant to do. अपना कर्तव्य कर्म तो करना ही पड़ेगा. And this is what Krishna taught to Arjuna, that you are made that way with a Kshatriya nature, warrior nature, or protection of dharma, the righteousness. You will be impelled to do it, even if you get attached to it and be attracted by it and influenced by it, and then you might think, I may not do it, I should not do it, blah blah, all that. But impelled by your impulses, your inner nature, you will be prompted to do it. You can't sit otherwise. Similarly, for a person of logical mind who's thinking always on contemplating, always on how to attain the stability in the mind, the peace and the tranquility in the mind, to remain equipoised, contented, balanced under all situations at all the times, is what Krishna says in the Gita. And many places in the second chapter, 48 shloka also, and in the 6th chapter also, samata bhav, equipoised, equally minded, balanced, unaffected. In the 12th chapter also, the 19th shloka says, tulya ninda stuti mani. Such a person is a man of wisdom, who has sthir mati. His mind, his intellect is always steady. Samata bhav. This samata bhav, equal-mindedness, is of two kinds. That is what Swami Ram Sukdev ji says in the Gita, very nicely explained. is the equipoise that we think we are attaining in the mind is like this. We train our mind over a period of time, experience, practice and all that, and we learn that we should remain unaffected by all the opposites happening outside and inside also, like pleasure and pain. Heat and cold is outside on the body. Pleasure and pain are in the mind. Joy and sorrow again in the mind. Love and hate again in the mind. See, and honor and dishonor is the way you feel in your intellect. That praise and blame and all that things. If we learn to maintain a tranquility, samatha bhava, under all these pairs of opposites that are happening, that makes you happy or unhappy, you are under the spell of this mind and the senses and whatever is going on outside. You feel that you are being affected by it. So you tend to lose your balance. Here Krishna says, careful, careful, careful. Be steady. Do not react. Neither do you create reaction in the other, nor should you create reaction in you. Don't get agitated, nor create agitation in the other. Samatha bhava, a man of steady wisdom. And so you need something, a mind, a viveka, a discriminative power in you to make you steady under all situations and tell you what to do, your dharma, and what not to do, unrighteousness, wrong action. And what you should do, good action. How? Prompted by the Lord within. Hukam rajai charna, his command from inside. You God, that is what you ought to do, not what you want to do, no. So Krishna, this is something of a practice that we have constantly practicing it, and then you achieve it. Krishna says to Arjuna, when Arjuna says, I can't control my mind, he says by vairagya, by detachment, and practice continuously, staying away, becoming a witness, you can control your mind like that. So this is another kind of equipoise, stability, and samatha bhava, or totally a calm, peaceful, happy mind that you can achieve is the same mind which now connects you with these bodies, senses, and through the intellect. You just, this is you, and this is the how Prakriti plays. You are under the control of the Prakriti. Tamas, Rajas and Sattva, these are the three the qualities of nature, and you seem to be bound by it. But when you become wise, जब गुरु की कृपा होती है, भगवान की कृपा होती है, then you, the self, separates itself from the body connection, which is false, illusionary, in ignorance, and you are under the shelter of the Lord. Where? In your heart, resident of your heart, indweller. Then you stay away from your body connection. So some dukh, sukh, praise and blame, everything is happening, but you are saved from it. You're connected with the divinity within your heart as Sat, always. Chit, you are aware of yourself, and the effect is what? The feeling is what? Anandam. Anandam is different from peace. Peace is here when you maintain your peaceful stature under all circumstances. But at some times you are peaceful, at some times you lose your peace. Isliye, for that, if you want permanent peace, permanent happiness, don't depend on ever-changing, perishable world outside, objects of the world outside. Stay connected with the imperishable, always happy, always blissful, Atma Sarupa and Amrit Sarupa Paramatma within you. This is a connection which is this mind plays. It is a very, very important facility or vibhuti of the Lord given to us. And Krishna says so. In the 10th chapter, in the 31st shloka, he says, among the senses, I am the mind. How important is this mind? That is what Krishna emphasizes upon us. It is through the mind that we get connected with the body senses and we are able to do our actions outside. Love, perform your duties and responsibilities in life, in the station of life wherever you are, as a boy, as a child, as a student, as a householder, as a husband, as a wife, as a father, as a mother, and all that thing. But the same mind, when the time comes when you have lived your life, done all your duties and responsibilities, fulfilled them, now what? Now what am I supposed to do at my age of 83? Is something that I've done enough. With God's grace only, with Krishna's grace only, with Sai Baba's grace only. And he told me in 1982, Sharma, no more meditation. Think of me, think of God. Yes, fine. At the same time, devote your time more to the worldly, to your domestic duties. अपने कर्तव्य का पालन करो. Raise your children, give them love, give them good education, make them good human beings. When they grow up, get them married, and after they're married and they're settled, and you find you are free from your obligations, then you do your meditation and think of me constantly. I shall abide in your heart and make your mind ever peaceful. So for me, the time has come. For others, they can have both. Think of God, do bhajans, kirtan, and everything, and He'll keep you. Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya, the Gayatri mantra is the Maha Mantra that you praise to the Lord Almighty, the Jyoti Swarupa. And then He says, you enlighten my buddhi, my intellect, and we pray that you keep me on the track. So you pray God to keep you on the track. When we are not able to handle ourselves, then we surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord. So says Gita in the 12th chapter, in the 20th shloka also, the one who is in control of himself is dear to me, yes, but the one who surrendered to me totally, his mind, intellect, and your everything at my lotus feet, then I become his charioteer. Sanatana Sati, like Krishna was for Arjuna, then I become your Sanatana Sati, your eternal charioteer, and I'll keep you on my right track. So says Gita in the 18th chapter, 60th shloka, Mamikam Sharanavad. You come to my surrender yourself at my lotus feet. Your lower self, the one that I think I am the body, that you surrender, then I'll correct you, then I'll illuminate you. You are not this body, you are a part of me. In fact, not even a part of me, you and me are one. When you are able to have that samatha, the equimindedness, and then the fulfillment, contentment, then you are attaining my qualities, and then you find that I love you the most, and then you find in me loving you. Then that love and bliss that you feel is me only. How do we do that? That is, he stated in the Gita in the 7th chapter, 1st shloka, think of me constantly, think of my face, my smile, the way I stand, the way I play the flute, and the way Swami smiled, and he gave us so much love, peace, and happiness. And the moment you connect with Niharna, Abhishekam, think of his form, the beautiful form, which is very attractive. The gopis also found Krishna's form very attractive, and they were attracted to him the moment he started playing the flute. They all left everything and ran towards Krishna. Krishna Iti Krishna. That is why Krishna is Krishna, the one who attracts your mind from outgoing mind to himself, which is residing in the bosom, in the heart of each and every person. Which heart? Which is butter soft heart, which doesn't have any kind of worldly desires and ambitions and all that kind of thing. Is a pure heart. That pure heart is what we Krishna likes, and then he emerges in it. Not that Krishna was not there anywhere, or God was there anywhere, or Sai was not anywhere. He always is, but he becomes apparent. He emerges. What Krishna says in the Gita in the 9th chapter, the 29th shloka, I'm always there in you. In you, around you, always, above you, below you, everywhere, and within you. When do we realize it within us? Then he says in that 29th shloka that you think of me with love and devotion, with earnestness, and then I shall manifest in your heart. Otherwise, I am a witness. कोई मेरा प्रिय नहीं है, कोई मेरा अप्रिय नहीं है. जो मुझे प्रेम से बसता है, मैं उसको उसके हृदय के अंदर मैं प्रकट हो जाता हूँ. So जब वो प्रकट हो जाते हैं, how do we know God has descended in our heart? Because we were always thinking of God as a form, but he says no, the form is only for you to concentrate, to make your mind single pointed, and then the connection is made. And then slowly, when you do the sadhana, which is given in the 6th chapter of the Gita, then slowly you will realize that you attain a kind of a peace. And not only peace, if you go beyond that and you made an inquiry, then you realize that you are only at the sankalpa of the Lord, what God has created. And in fact, that you combine with the Lord, you unite with the Lord, or you are in yoga with the Lord, or you the oneness with the Lord, a divinity within you, and that is the ultimate realization that we have to make one day or the other. The earlier we proceed, the earlier we reach the destination. So this is what this was this morning's feelings. And then there was one very what I wrote this morning. Every morning I come and write down something. You see, I mentioned about this thing that this equipment of the mind, compare it with a carpenter. A carpenter is a carpenter when he uses his instruments, equipments, to make something, to create something. When he has nothing to do, all the equipment is set aside and he is by himself. He is not a carpenter now. He is just a human being, just a being, just a jiva, just a person, or where he is simply happy, and because it is his nature. And when he has work to do, he connects with the mind, intellect, the senses, and the body, and does his work. For example, you're sitting in a car. You have to reach somewhere. You put the car in the gear, start the engine, put the car in the gear, do your work, and park the car. When the car is parked, it is in neutral, and then there's nothing to do, you are happy. So this we apply in our day-to-day life, everyday life. We do our work, we engage in activity. Yes, we all use all our faculties of the body, and with the discriminative intellect, we enter the world, do our duties, and perform our responsibilities, fulfill our responsibilities. And when there's nothing to do, you can find your personal quiet time anytime in the morning, at night, or any time. You just sit down and meditate and make your mind equipoised and feel the ever presence of the Lord within as love, peace, and all. In our everyday reaction, what we've learned from Satya Sai Baba is to feel the presence of the God in you and in the other person is by the medium of love, unconditional love, unselfish love. And then you feel that what you have in you is the other person also has in him. And here there is something which came to my mind this morning was, though we are able to feel, everybody says, and Gita also says, Sarvabhutar Antaratma. He is the Antaratma, the inside dweller of all living beings and supporter of the universe also. He's created, he's supporting it. At the same time, when the time comes, he merges into his Prakriti, his nature, his Maya Shakti, and that merges in him, and only he remains. Punasya Punamadaya Punameva Avashisthate. When all this thing, like in sleep it happens, your mind, which contains the entire world and your memories and everything, when it becomes led, peace, then you attain, you feel, realize the reflection of the soul, the Atma within you as Anandam, and you say, I slept well. So here, there's something which was very important that came to me after a long time was, we do see God in the other person and the living being also. Yeah, that's fine. At the same time, I was amazed. And I said, oh, do I see only God in the other person? Or I see something else also? Then I suddenly realized, yeah, I do see something else also in him. What? I see his own individuality, his own thinking, his own logic, his own belief systems, his own behavior, attitude, habits. That also I see in him, along with the Lord within him also. So if we are able to see the Lord within God as love in all human beings, at the same time we become aware of the person as he is, the way he is made, the way he acts, behaves, thinks and speaks and all that, then an understanding comes. Oh my God, though the Lord is in him and in his personality, the way he thinks, the way he speaks, the way he talks, the way he works, the way he acts, the way he behaves, if the Lord is sitting in his heart also, is watching him, why can't you? Watch, understand, be compassionate. If you can help, by all means help. Don't get unnecessarily involved into any kind of a discussion, arguments, confusion, conflict or anything, and you lose your peace and the other person's peace. Understand the other person's own, the way you think you are. Other person also thinks the way that he is on the right track. He has his own logical mind. So you don't try him to become like you or you become like him. No. Understand he has his own equation, own relationship with the world and with the God. And you have your own relationship with the world and with the God. They are two individual things. So here we don't mess up. We merely understand the other's point of view, the other's attitude, behavior, habits and all. And with that, a kind of understanding and compassion develops in us. And we live in love and harmony. With this understanding, there is no such thing as commenting, criticizing, complaining about the other person. We realize that all fingers are different, all flowers in the garden are different, So everything God has made differently, everything is different, but there is only one thing which is common in all, is the Lord within. And the Lord within is in the form of love, true love, and that conquers all. And the love is the melting pot of all the confusion, conflicts, and knowledge, everything. See, even we dump our knowledge. When we bow down our feet at the feet of the Lord, we are dumping all our concepts, knowledge. I know all, I know God, I know this, I know that, I've read books, scriptures, I know everything, all that. And that is a burden on the mind, and that makes us lose our peace. At the same time, it creates a distinctive, like and dislike with the other person. No, that discrimination should not be there. When to teach us this, what kind of an action we should do in this world, because every living thing in this world is active. It is full of action because it is created by Prakriti. The Prakriti is always in motion, always in action. So are the sun, moon, stars, and the heavens and everything. Nothing is stationary. Even in this body, the jiva that comes in this body has to be always doing action. And not only us. Rama came, he showed us. Krishna came, he showed us. Sai Baba came, he showed us. He did action for the good and benefit of all the entire people, not for himself. And so to teach this, a great thing of what kind of an action, how you should do, Krishna says in the Gita in the 4th chapter, in the first shloka to Arjuna, I'm teaching you the samatha yoga, the yoga of action, which I taught to Lord Sun. You see, this becomes a long topic when Krishna questioned in the 5th shloka, you are recently born, the sun has always been, and how do you say you taught him? So he removed his confusion. No, you haven't understood. Things have always been, will always be, in between they appear. Like he says, you have always been, you will always be, in between you appeared as Arjuna. So has we all have appeared in this form as this. We have always been, we will always be. This is what Krishna says in the 2nd chapter also. And in the 7th chapter also, in the 26th shloka, Krishna says, I know all about your past, present and the future also. So this continuity we may not know. But he is Sarvagya. He knows all. Our past, present and the future also. So and then he says, I taught it to Sun. And what did he teach to Sun? He taught Sun, which we also, everybody, you also say, everybody says, everybody knows, even a child knows. The Sun is giving us what? What knowledge, information in him? That he is constantly involved in activity, action, according to his own dharma. And what his dharma is? To give you light, illuminate the world that God has created. Second, to give heat, that is warmth, we feel our warmth. So heat and light both. At the same time, always illumination, no vacation, no discrimination, no distinction. The sun gives light to each and every object, each and every subject, each and every human being, good or bad, plants or living beings or everybody equally. So is that God, that the way the sun is illuminating the entire universe, creation of the Lord, is the same way that Jyoti Swarupa Paramatma is illuminating in each person, each living being. And we feel his Jyoti in a different forms. You see, the Jyoti, when it takes the form of knowledge, it becomes wisdom. Then the Jyoti, that divine light, when it takes the form of action, then he is the doer. So that the Jyoti in you, the light in you, is a light of awareness, by which you become aware of things, then you're aware of hearing, that you can hear by this power of the light of awareness, that your whole body is functioning because of that. So we become aware of that living God in the form of light, as knowledge, as wisdom, and everything within us, and that light is within us. Because of that, I am able to see, we are able to see, we are able to act, we are able to hear, touch, feel, and everything. The light has many forms. So basically, one who is a thinker, then he sits down and prays to the Lord by his grace alone, then you can feel the real form of light, God that we see in the various idols and forms and all that. And what is imperishable, ever remaining shining form is that infinite Jyoti Swarupa. light, that illuminated like Om Bhuvah Swah Tat Savitur Varenium Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Prachodaya, that illuminates that like billion suns. So this light is the light of awareness, much different from the light of sun, because light of sun illuminates only the object, but this light of awareness makes you aware that you are there, you are alive, you are breathing, the pranas are created by the life force is created by that divine light, which is the Swarup of Paramatma, and God says that is your Swarup also. You and I are one. Gita says Jivatma is my Swarupa only. In fact, I and you are one, only you don't know, I know. So why don't we get to know? So this divine light is within us, and to realize this light, beautiful way that Sai Ram gave darshan to Ma Shabri. And she was obviously, because of previous good karmas in the past life, that she was a poor woman doing seva to these sadhus and saints and sages, serving them quietly, silently, unnoticed. She used to serve them. And one day her guru Matanga, and he saw that she is the one who's been serving us. So she said, you've been hearing all that, what we're talking about. Sai Ram has descended, controlling his entire Maya Shakti in the form of Rama as Dashrath Nandan, as the son of Dashrath and Yashoda. Kaushalya, Dashrath and Kaushalya Nandan, and he has come in a human form, and you don't have to seek him. He will seek you because you are a deserving devotee of the Lord. He is also, the way we seek Lord, the Lord is also seeking an earnest devotee. So he is also in searching for somebody who is searching for you. So he came one day, the whole story, to cut it short, and suddenly, and the way she was sitting and keeping the path clear with flowers and all that, and suddenly she showed the feet of Lord Rama. And looked at him, and then that face and the tranquility she got, the anandam that she felt, she immediately demanded, oh my God, what my Guru Matang Rishi told me, I can see that what he told me is in a physical form also. And then it started, the tears of love started coming. With that, she washed Sri Rama's feet and gave her fruits, this, that, and the other. And Rama was so pleased by her simplicity, humility. When we played down her own charitra, character, मैं तो मूढ़ हूँ, मैं तो नीच हूँ, all that she said about herself. So and then not identifying yourself with what you are, what your attainments are, what your everything is. And then you are by yourself alone, and then with the pure heart. And then she did stuti of the Lord, and the Lord was so pleased with him. And then the Lord gave him something which is, I find it very, very interesting. And he was so pleased. Then the Lord asked him, what do you want? He says, "Aapka darshan ho gaye, ab mujhe kuch nahi chahiye. I don't want anything because now I have had your darshan, the divine darshan." What she has been looking for all her life, previous life, and she saw him. She was so fulfilled that there is nothing, no desire, all things dissolved, and she was absolutely happy and blissful. What else can you want then? Nothing. That is what you want, to be merged with him. And then Sai Ram gave her beautiful 2 words, which not only to her, but to all of us, through the Ramayana, through Goswami Tulsi Dasi, and these words are very, very thoughtful words. And what Rama described himself is, and his grace is, he said, "Mam darshan, fal anupa." You read this book in the 5th chapter and look at Sri Krishna when he gave darshan, when Swami gives darshan. मम दर्शन फल अनुपा जीव पावे सहज आराम से निज अपना स्वरूपा, his own nature, his own swarupa. So what we constantly are now doing is controlling our senses, mind, stabilizing ourselves, doing meditation, and realizing the truth of ourselves, that I am a Shiva, I am Atma Swarupa, I am a peaceful soul. You know, that realizing the truth, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, that is what you are. That is what the Guru has always been teaching you. You are that. He has been pointing that also. When you realize, then you realize, yes, I am Brahmasmi. I am the truth, what the Guru has been pointing out towards me. So that is the great effort that you have to put throughout your life to attain that. And when you are eligible, deserving, then the grace of the Lord comes. So said Rama in the Ramayana, in the Uttarakhand, as well as in the Sundarakand, कि to attain my grace, first उपासना करो किसकी? शिव की उपासना करो. Worship Shiv. Then you're blessed by him. You realize who you truly are. Then you know the Sat, the truth that you are. Then you know the truth of all the entire creation, which you think is Asat. The untruth of the whole creation. I am the creator and supporter of it, and I am Param. Not only your Atma also. Yes, your Atma also. At the same time, I'm Param. Even beyond that, the sustainer of everything. I am Paramatma in the form of Sai Ram in front of you. Shri Krishna in front of you. Shri Satya Sai Baba or any other divinity that you believe in is in you. That is the same form of one God in all the vibhutis of the Lord and all the your beliefs, whatever you believe in, whatever your Ishta Devata is, and that is the same God appears to you in that form to bolster your belief and firm up your faith, so that you are all deserving, vying to reach him, to attain that supreme bliss and wherein even while working your duties, maintaining your tranquility, peace and samta bhav is what we pray for. And we achieve this by doing aviral bhakti, constant bhakti, remembering all the time his whatever he has done for you, count your blessings and whatever, and feel his presence all the time within you. Never forget that. At the same time, be assured that you are in safe hands. Relax, and he will be prompting you your right action, your right attitude, right behavior. We are now under his command, and he is our pilot now. So he is our Sanatan Sarthi. He is our charioteer in the mind to keep us on the right track. So we surrender with all our mind, intellect, and everything at his lotus feet, and we pray for only one thing. Oh Lord, give us the bhakti of thy lotus feet. बस ये आपका दूसरा हम क्या करते हैं, आपके ध्यान हमारे हृदय के अंदर हमेशा बना रहे, आपका प्रेम का हम हमेशा अनुभव करते रहे. We always feel the love that you are love. The form that you take is for those who think God has a form. This is, should I not go to him? That's what Swami told me. Those who think God has a form, should I not go to him? Yes. Otherwise, what is God? God is a Jyoti Swarupa, that illumination, that light, infinite, supreme, light of wisdom, light of awareness. At the same time, in our transition behavior, person to person, or person to even with the animals also. With any living beings, love, everybody understands love. Us also, and animals, birds and bees, everybody understands love. You've seen in the Discovery Channel also. So this love is the uniting factor between all living beings, and especially more in all living human beings. This is the binding thing, and this love creates an understanding also the other person's attitude and behavior. With that understanding, and then you become a compatible relationship And that is the relationship built on understanding and compassion. Compassion is the greatest quality of Bhagwan, Paramatma. So when that compassion comes, then your heart becomes so contentment, full of satisfaction, and then you feel more and more inclined to आपका श्रद्धा और बढ़ती है, and then you feel like भक्ति ये भक्ति का ही प्रसाद है. तो भक्ति किसी भी तरह से करो, ध्यान करके करो, सुन के करो, बोल के करो, अर्चना वंदना करके करो, पाद सेवन करके करो, अर्जुन की तरह फ्रेंड बना के करो, हनुमान जी की तरह सेवा करके करो. whichever the way you think, whichever way you build bhakti karo, at the Lord's feet, the Lord receive His grace. And so we pray, oh Lord, we pray to you कि आपकी भक्ति नित्य मेरे से होती रहे, आपकी कृपा हमेशा होती रहे. मैं आपकी चरणों की भक्ति का आपसे दान मांगता हूँ. हमेशा आपके चरण मेरे हृदय में रहे, आपका रूप मेरे माइंड में रहे, आपके भाव, आपकी कृपा मेरे को हमेशा बरसती रहे. Swami says, not only you, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. When you separate yourself from the God, no, that is His kripa only. But otherwise, when you pray for the entire humanity. So Swami has been teaching us, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Let all human beings, let all beings be happy in this world, because He resides in all human beings equally. His love is for equally for all living beings. The only thing is He is waiting for you to realize that I am already in you. That this realization comes through a guru, or through the madhyam of a steady contemplation and meditation and worship. This realization comes. He has always been. परिचय तो मेरा अब हुआ है, आँखें झुका ली और मुलाकात हो गई. So that ever presence of the Lord within you is awakened. You become aware of that presence by satsang and by your constant contemplation upon the Lord and meditation, and by bhakti. Bhakti is supreme. There is no in other things, study literature, there is a little bit of I-ness remains there. I know. That I is the parda, the curtain that makes the bridge between you and the param. That is a little bit of clouded, So the I is submerged totally at the lotus feet of the Lord, and then the Lord appears to you in His real form as love. So we भगवान के चरणों में हमारा सादर प्रणाम, और बस आपकी जय हो प्रभु. जय श्री कृष्णा, जय सिया राम, और जय सत्य साईं बाबा. जय साई राम. We saw Him only. We saw in Him Ram, we saw Him in Krishna, and we saw Him without the form as love in the hearts of all people. Feel it in every day. We meet each other and we transit each other with love and understanding and with compassion. Then we get united with His creation, everything, everywhere. That is His supreme gaze. For that supreme gaze, oh Lord, we bow down at the lotus feet. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Sai Ram.